Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, my name is Peachy and this is Plant and Style. In today's episode, I would like to share with you the 5 major plant styling tips that help me organize my plant collection and incorporate it to our home as a decor. And if this is something that you find interesting, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe to my channel. Hit that notification bell down below so you'll be notified when my future video drops. And without further ado, let's get into the tips. Tip number 1 is to know your environment. Before getting your plants and beginning your collection, it is very important to know what the conditions of your space is, like lighting, temperature, and humidity are the factors that greatly affect the growth of your plants. Because we are in the middle of the fall season, I use full spectrum grow lights, which I bought from Amazon. These grow lights come with clamps that are very handy, and I just clamp it on my floating shelf and like so. So you can see, and it's very functional for the setup that I have, and I am able to control the lights and point it to wherever I need it to point. And at the same time, I can also time this. It comes with double timer, and it's very handy, so I don't have to keep switching it on and off manually. And I have 3 on top, and at the same time I also have grow lights inside my cabinets. These are just Barina full spectrum strip lights, and they work really well. The plants are staying happy throughout fall season. To control my humidity, I have this wonderful humidifier from Kelopa Official, which I have been testing for a while, and it's definitely a great help in keeping my humidity high and keeping my plants happy at the same time. I love the fact that it has 9 liters worth of water reservoir, which keeps me from having to refill it over and over, because obviously it is in use constantly. And yeah, I love it. Check them out. I do have a coupon, and it will be on the screen if you guys want to try them out for yourselves. Number 2 is to choose the best pots that suit your style and budget. Be creative and resourceful, because sometimes all you need is a little DIY with the materials that you already have. The colors that you choose should seamlessly blend with your current decor, so it won't look cluttered. I know it's very easy to get carried away with the plant pots, style, and collection, but no matter what you choose, remember that your plant is the star of the show. Most of my pots in general, if they are not thrifted, they were inexpensive for sure, because I'd rather spend my money on beautiful plants rather than expensive pots. For my plant pots, and luckily I found a whole bunch of white pots that were given away, and from that I built my collection. And at the same time, I have been very lucky to collaborate with Jofamy Official, which offers plant pots and plant related products like plant stands, and they have sent me 3 beautiful pots that I have selected myself. This is one of them, and this was the most recent that I really love. I love the texture. It has that terracotta texture on the outside, but it's actually glazed all the way inside with this. It's matted, and it also has a plug, so you can choose to use it as a cash bowl, just like what I'm doing right now, or plant directly and have a drainage hole, which is brilliant in my opinion, and at the same time very trendy, very modern, and it suits my aesthetic. And then another one is this pot, which is like a sculpture, and I have planted my obovata directly, and I also added some wick just so I have the option to make it a self-watering pot if ever I need to travel or go somewhere, you know, so I can have self-watering system that I can use it for. Another set of pots is up there, which is my hanging plant pots that I also got from Jofamy, and I think is very, very functional. You only had to screw 3 screws on top right there, and you get to hang 3 plants. And it comes with plastic pots like so, and a plug at the bottom as well, so you can choose to plant your plants directly to the pot and have a drainage hole, or use it as a cash bowl just like I did. Very, very nice plant pot collection, and again I do have a discount coupon that will be on the screen and in the description box down below if you would like to check them out yourselves, and I do highly recommend them. Very, very good quality, and at the same time very trendy and stylish, and I love them so much. And here, just to show how much I adore Jofamy planters, I recently bought this with my own money since it was on sale during Black Friday, and I couldn't wait for them to send it to me for free. And I don't mind getting more actually, but it was just such a great deal at the time. So I think it ended up like being $10 each. So I was able, if you buy 2, it dropped down to being $10 each. So I was able to snag 2 for myself because why not? It's one of those pots that I'm willing to spend money on. And like the other ones, it has a rubber plug down below. Right now I'm using it as a cover pot. But yeah, I love the aesthetic of these planters. And I think just by adding this one pot in this cabinet makes it look more expensive looking. Like the whole collection levels up, in my opinion, just by adding this one cool modern looking pot. So yeah, I love it. I love mixing gold or brass items, so I have a few here and there just to break the black and white situation that I have going on. I think that it adds a little bit of class, a little bit of glam, which I don't mind, and I think it works well with what I have going on currently. Number 3 is to elevate your plants using shelves, plant stands, or hanging planters. Especially if you have young children or pets that could potentially nibble on your plants, because a lot of the indoor plants are toxic to humans and pets if ingested, so be very mindful with that. Here is a plant stand that I recently received from Jofamy. It's the 5-tier wooden plant stand, and Yeah, I love that it's narrow and it's able to hold 5 plants at the same time. So it's taking very little space in this corner. And yeah, so I'm using it here for now, but everything's going to change for sure, like it always has. So yeah, highly recommend. Here is the ever so popular Satsuma plant stand from IKEA. I got mine from Marketplace, however, for half the price. And it is holding my Philodendron Splendid, my Glorious, and my Florida Ghost here in this tight corner. And yeah, I think it's cool. This is another stand that I received recently from Jofamy, and this one is actually 2 plant stands that we are able to stack them together if you want a little more height. And for the size of pots, this is actually adjustable, so you can go from 8-inch to 12-inch size of pots, which is very convenient in my opinion. And I love that you can change it to be tall this way and elevate your plants like so. This is my Rhaphidophora tetrasperma, and yeah, I love that it's able to lift it up and get it farther or higher away from the kids and the dog. Number 4 is to decorate with your plant accessories, taking into consideration the accessibility and functionality as much as you can to help ease with plant care. Another favorite thing that I use is anything white or clear like plastic bins, acrylic stuff, and glass vases. You'll see them all around our house because it is very practical, functional, and aesthetic. If you have a huge collection just like I do, it is very easy to get messy with all these tools and gadgets that you need to care for your plants. Which leads to number 5, our final plant styling tip for today, and that is organization is the key. Use containers that blend with your decor to hide your tools. I personally love using baskets to declutter because it also adds warmth and coziness to your space. I love using this kind of containers. So this is a possible pot. This is just like a fish bowl. While I don't need them at the moment as a pot because they're big, so I'm still trying to figure out which plants I'm going to move on this pots. But for now, it works well. I'm using to hold my ingredients, my substrates. This is just a container that I got from Daiso, I believe. I think it's just like $1 or $2. I can't remember, but yeah. So I love using those because it looks very neat, I think. And that's it for today's video and plant styling tips. If you guys have any questions or additional tips that you wanted to include in this list, please let us know in the comments so we can learn from each other. And I will see you on the next video. Bye!